Hello everybody. Hi. So I am having a walk in the forest today and I've been listening to a debate between Fight the Flat Earth and some Matthias person whispering, walking wisdoms. I don't know. I'm very sorry that I didn't properly learn his name. Anyways, so this point of this video is to say that I've been watching a lot of that sort of content lately, and my biggest question is, that can't be real, can it? Can there actually be people that is so uneducated but still has YouTube, so they are part of the Western world? so that's a big part of that. That actually think that the world is flat. And all of NASA things that we see are CGI, which doesn't mean what they think it means. But they're computer generated pictures and faked basically, and moon landing was fake and so on. And I think they're all trolling. They can't be real, can they? So my biggest evidence or indication of this, it doesn't prove anything, it's not proof, but it's like evidence in an investigation that you can pile up, and if you get enough of it you can say that this is the most probable thing to be true. So they were arguing for over an hour about, I don't even know what they were on about. They were like, you didn't take that picture yourself, so I will not answer that. And the other guy had been in the Marines and he had been navigating the seas, and he was like, look, these maps, they are correct because I'm not lost at sea. He didn't say this word, but I sure thought them. He wasn't lost at sea. He sat there in the video. So he obviously found his way around, and obviously his radar didn't lie to him, because even though it's man-made and according to this Matthias character, he said that all man-made instrument that tells you what to think are actually lying and you shouldn't trust them. So even though that may very well be the case, who knows? He didn't run into other ships. He saw them coming. His radar told them that there's another ship there. You gotta adjust your course not to run into them or the shore. And they did, and they didn't collide. And then they followed the map, and he didn't get lost. He arrived where he expected to arrive. And on this map there are longitudes that has, the northern pole, obviously they converge into that, but they also do to the southern pole. So that would suggest that we are on a globe, if that is true. And they had all this debate thingies, and then this guy just mainly shouted at them. He swore a lot, and he interrupted, and he asked questions after questions, and then immediately after started shouting, answer me, answer me, answer me, when the other guy tried to answer. So it was impossible to answer him because he was demanding an answer over him. So and that I mean, that isn't building a very strong case for yourself, man. But after that, they had an after show where Fighter Flat Earth, aka Craig, started to discuss something, and the other guy was like, "Is that math? Math isn't real." And then they had this big argument about numbers being negative and how they cannot be negative. So Craig goes, "If I have 3 apples and you want 5 apples, I can give you 3 and then owe you 2, aka -2. And then as soon as I get those apples, I'll give them to you." See how math actually, like 3 minus 5 equals -2, that he was owing him 2 apples. And the other guy was not having it. He says, "Well, I cannot take 5 apples if you only have 3. That is impossible. That is not reality. You can't do this." So he went on to say, "Okay then, but if I have 5 quid in my bank account and I take 10 out, then I'm going to have a balance that is -5, because 5 minus 10 is -5. And you can't call the bank and say, this negative number in my bank statement can't be correct because negative numbers aren't real." So the reply to that was, "Why are you on about bank accounts? We were talking about apples." So, you know, I mean, we covered this in like 2nd grade, I think, maybe 3rd grade, but it was definitely not in the 4th grade. At 4th grade, we started learning English and stuff, and I already knew this sort of basic math stuff. And I was like 8, 9 years old, and I had a firm grasp of this, that if I buy for more money than I have, then I'm going into debt. I'm going to owe somebody money. They're gonna want me to pay later. But this guy, he says that he doesn't understand this, and he's a grown man, and he has YouTube, so he has a computer or a phone. He has a phone. He has admitted to that. In case someone is like, "Oh, he could be homeless," and yada yada. He has a phone, and on that phone there's a calculator, because he has made videos with his phone, so it's a smartphone. And I'm just not buying it. I mean, how can you, like, when you bought your phone, are you aware that your bank statement decreased? And like, if you think about things, you have a certain amount of money coming in each month, and then a certain amount of money going out each month, and what you have left what you have left is less than what you have coming in, or you're in debt. Like, I mean, that, I don't think it's possible for people to be that uneducated. I'm not saying stupid. Like, I think that is very important here. Like, they're not stupid. Nobody is stupid for not having an education. They just don't know things. Just because I don't know, like, what football team won in 1987 in some country, that doesn't make me stupid, does it? It makes me uneducated on the subject. And you can be uneducated on math without being stupid. But claiming that you have gone to school, and I don't care if you, like, you probably went for a couple of years at least. Let's say you only went for 6 years. Some countries, maybe you don't have to go for 9 years and then go on to what is it called, high school or whatever. Maybe you only went for 6 years. But like, don't tell me for 6 years someone was trying to teach you to add and subtract and failed for 6 years, and that's the only thing you did like for 6 years, failing at subtraction. No, that it's not possible. It blows my mind. I mean, if that's true, then you are stupid. I'm sorry. Because if you actually tried to learn for 6 years, and being a kid, you're more impressionable than when you're an adult. That's just a fact. It's easier to learn things when you're small, because that's how we're programmed. That's how we survive. So yeah, basically I think they're all trolls, and they just should just go away or be better at it so they actually fool me. Okay, bye.